Welcome to the Bookkeeping for Farmers using QuickBooks video series. This video was developed by the Center for Land-Based Learning with funding and support from California FarmLink and USDA Risk Management Agency. In this video, we will talk about how to enter and pay bills in QuickBooks. First, you will have to decide if entering bills in QuickBooks is the right thing for you. If you only have occasional bills to pay and they're due right away, and you go ahead and pay them as you get them, either by mailing a check or by doing an online payment, then entering and paying bills is not necessary for you. It would only add more work. Continue paying your bills as you have, then enter the payments as checks or online payments into your check register in QuickBooks. But if you have a lot of bills to pay and you have 30 to 90 days to pay them, then entering and paying bills in QuickBooks is a great function for you. You will learn in this video how to enter bills in QuickBooks so that they're stored in accounts payables. And you will learn how to use the Pay Bills window to track and pay your outstanding bills. You can even have QuickBooks print the checks for you. To get to the Enter Bills window, from the menu bar, select Vendors, Enter Bills, or on the toolbar, click Enter Bills. Once you are in the Enter Bills window, choose the vendor who is sending you the bill, enter the date of the bill, enter a reference number if one is given to you, enter the amount of the bill, enter the terms for this bill if different from the usual terms you have with this vendor, enter the correct expense account associated with this bill, enter a memo if you wish. To get to the Enter Bills window, go to the menu bar, select Vendors, and then Enter Bills. Or from the toolbar, click on Enter Bills. I don't see it. It's not here. Perfect. Let me show you real quick how to customize the toolbar. Click on Customize. That will open the customization window. And when you're in here, you can add or take out icons. For example, here's Enter Bills. They're in alphabetical order, so they're easy to find. Let's put Enter Bills in here. Okay, while we're at it, let's organize the toolbar a little bit. For example, we don't need credit cards for now. We don't need transactions for now, and we don't need reports for now. Customers, what do we do with customers? We send them invoices. Let's put it here. We also give them sales receipts. Let's put it here. We also receive payments. And when we receive payments, we make deposits. Okay, with vendors, we enter bills. And with accounts, we write checks. That's pretty good. Well organized. Close. And now select Enter Bills. And we're in the Enter Bills window. And now we can enter a bill. Let's say that you purchase starts, seedlings, from Green Thumb Nursery. Your terms with them are net 30. Your purchase was for $580. We have not entered this vendor yet. It's not on our list. So enter Green Thumb Nursery to create a new vendor. Tab. This time, instead of clicking Quick Add, let's select Setup so we can set it up properly. Enter the address. First, let's copy paste in here. 567 Railroad Avenue. It might be good here to enter information for your reference, like your contact name, their phone number and email address, so you can always pull up that information here in QuickBooks. Click on Additional Info. Enter your account number if you have one here. If you have many bills to pay every week or every day, you can use QuickBooks to print checks for you. If you do that, QuickBooks will print the account number on the check stub for you. That is why you enter it here. Enter the terms you have with this vendor, net 30. QuickBooks will use this information to track the bill by its due date, given by the terms you have established here. There's other good information you can enter here, like a credit limit that you might have with this vendor, or their federal tax ID, and if they're eligible for a 1099. Click OK. You see that QuickBooks has filled in all the information for this vendor now that we have set it up. Now enter the date of this bill. It arrived today, but it was issued a couple of days ago. Now enter the reference number if there is one. This will also get printed on the check if you use QuickBooks to print checks for you. The amount of the bill, $580. See that with the terms already filled in associated with this vendor, QuickBooks has already established when this bill is due. Adjust it here if you have to. Then enter the account. In this case, it's seeds and plants, and a memo if you want. 2020 starts. Skip class and click Save. Okay, let's close out of this and look at accounts payable. And here it is. Let's enter another bill together. This one is from Ace Hardware. We just recently got an account with them. They bill at the end of each month. The bill is for a total of $89.76, but it is for several purchases. One is for $17.99 for a trowel, one is for $36.78 for some slug bait, and the third is for $34.99 for some mylar strips to repel birds. Select Ace Hardware. Enter a bill date. Let's enter the address now. Enter a reference number if you have one. Enter the amount due, $89.76. Enter the terms, 2% 10 net 30. That's when you have 30 days to pay your bill, but if you pay within 10 days, they give you a 2% discount. And now split this bill into several lines, so you enter the correct expense account for each purchase. Enter the expense account hand tools, $17.99, trowel. Chemicals, $36.78, slug bait. Supplies, $34.99, mylar. Now click Save. QuickBooks has noticed that we have changed some information associated with this vendor, namely the address and the terms. This is something I want to save on a permanent basis, so click Permanent. To get to the Pay Bills window, from the menu bar select Vendors, Pay Bills, or on the toolbar click Pay Bills. Once you're in the Pay Bills window, enter the date of your payment, select the payment method, check or credit card. If you chose checks, decide if to let QuickBooks assign the check numbers or assign them yourself. Make sure you're paying out of the correct bank account. Look at the bills there are to pay, choose which ones to pay and how much to pay. I have added some more bills to our list so you can get an idea how to pay them. Let's close the Enter Bills window and open Accounts Payable. You can see the bills I've entered are all stored here. Let's close Accounts Payable. To get to the Pay Bills window, from the menu bar select Vendors, Pay Bills, or on the toolbar click Pay Bills. Now that you are in the Pay Bills window, enter a date for the payment, decide if you want to pay by check or credit card, or if you want to let QuickBooks assign a check number, or if you want to do it yourself. Look at the bills that are shown. You can choose to show bills due on or before a certain date, or see all bills. You can sort the bills by due date, amount due, vendor, discount date. Okay, let's say you have about $1,000 available to pay bills with. Look at your bills. The first one was due several days ago. Let's pay this one right away over the phone with the credit card. I call them and give them my credit card number. Then, in this window, I select Credit Card. QuickBooks immediately selects as the payment account the only credit card we have listed in our chart of accounts. Now I select the bill, and I click OK. See that this bill has been taken out of accounts payable. It was here, now it says paid, and it was taken out here. Let's close out. Let's take a quick look at the credit card account. Here's the charge. Close out of this. Back to the Pay Bills window. All right, we have $640 left to pay bills from our $1,000 we started out with. Choose the correct bank account, and this time we will pay bills by check. I'm going to choose to pay the ones that are due now, irrigation supply and perfect bookkeeping. And I'm just within my current bill paying budget of $640. I don't have enough money out of my budget to pay Ace Hardware, so I'm going to lose the 2% discount because I'm not going to make the payment in time for the discount. But at least I still have time, and even more time for Green Thumb. You can see that this window is a good place to keep an eye on the bills to pay that are coming up, the time frame you have to pay them, and how much money you owe total. You can also see our current QuickBooks bank balance, which should reflect reality if you have been good about entering all of your transactions. You can select to print checks later with QuickBooks' help. Then later you would go to File, Print Forms, Checks. And you can use QuickBooks to print checks. You will have to get special checks though, the ones that you can feed through your printer. Or if you choose to write your checks manually, click on Assign Check Numbers and click OK. QuickBooks will give you the opportunity to enter the check numbers you are writing manually from your checkbook. Double-click on each line and enter the check number. For example, 104 and 105. Click OK. Now let's look at the check register. And here they are, 104 and 105. In the next video, we will talk about how to reconcile a bank account in QuickBooks.